Hi, my name is Lorien Jordan, and I'm a doctoral candidate at the University of Georgia in Marriage and Family Therapy. Along with my co-author, Desiree Seponski, an assistant professor also at the University of Georgia, I would like to introduce our article, Public Participation, Moving Beyond the Four Walls of Therapy, which is being published in the Journal of Marital and Family Therapy. The topic of public participation, especially political and policy advocacy, has been driven by my personal experiences and interest in policy work. The title stems from our idea that many of us as therapists locate our abilities for change within the therapy room. However, Desiree and I believe that to locate change only in therapy limits our potential for affecting broad social change to influence the well-being of communities. Some years ago, I moved outside of the four walls of therapy to work for social progress at the grassroots level and by lobbying at the state capitol. With each action, I've become more convinced that family therapists have a role in political and policy processes. However, in reality, political work is something that we have, as a field, largely overlooked. Turning to the social work literature, I've found many useful ideas about bridging the political and clinical divides of the self of the therapist. As my interest and knowledge base has grown, I've wanted to discover how other family therapists might be engaging in political advocacy. Adapting a study from the social work literature, I surveyed a random national sample of family therapists on their actions in the political world. This paper consists of the results of that study, which, on the whole, were rather encouraging, as most of the therapists surveyed agree that therapists have a role in politics. Through a blend of closed and open-ended questions, it appears that while family therapists might share this belief, they are less active than they could be. On the whole, our participants were most interested in policies that impact their profession and their ability to practice, and less discussed by participants were issues of social justice and human rights. In this paper, we discussed some of the possible reasons for the actions and concerns that our participants voiced. We also make the case that if family therapists aren't at the table, then we're going to be on the table, and our interests will be represented or misrepresented by others. This paper was developed before the recent federal election. Since then, I've been thinking more about politics and policy in family therapy. Since November, it feels like there's been a resurgence of political interest in our communities, and we conclude this paper with a call to the profession to suggest that the country's renewed commitment to civic engagement presents an opportunity for family therapists to become political advocates. In this paper, we provide suggestions for therapists, students, and professors to participate at various levels of political advocacy, as well as a resource guide that's available in the online version of this paper. Desiree and I hope that you enjoy the article, and I encourage you to reach out to me with any thoughts or questions. I'm looking forward to hearing stories from the field about therapists who are engaged in the political landscape. We can do political work to both advance the profession and the lives of our communities. Both are important. I know for my part, I engage in this work to advance social justice, and I encourage you to consider why you might become a political advocate. Whether for social justice or to advance the rights of clients and therapists in the mental health system, each of us has an important role to fill beyond the four walls of therapy. Thank you and enjoy the article.